from the event. You know that awesome logo? We hired a graphic designer to create this logo. And you know, it sounds so silly, like think about branding and logos, blah, 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 capitalist bullshit. But there was something about coming together to sort of conceptualize what we wanted this event to be, and then to see it represented in this kind of iconic fashion. It really energized us. It really energized the people who were involved. And you know, everybody saw it. It was this kind of dynamic piece, and I had to stop to make a plug for the graphic designer who did that work. And then what we found out happening was all the sort of decor and everything kind of spilled out from there. We were really trying to be sort of anti-resource fair, so we wanted to bring a lot of juxta style to it as a way of just really alivening the event. We posted our students' work, the best of the best student work over the last 4 years, and how we kind of chose the best of the best was, did the project respond to a question that was posed by Juxtaposition Arts or a Northside community organization? And did the project try to use art and design to kind of reimagine the neighborhood for the people who lived there then? Or was the research project somehow, as I said, addressing a real question of concern? Community groups came, the community groups that had posted great ideas. As I said, the winner was Kwanzaa Church. And these are some images of the project Sidewalk Saving Lives. So Juxta helped team them up with local artists who could help design the murals and to work with kids to actually do the painting of the murals. This is an image in front of, Juxta had one on their sidewalk out in front. There was another in front of Kwanzaa Church. And so these murals also marked important spaces on the north side. And I think now there are 7, they've been 7 projects that they've done. And every time they paint a mural, there's also an event that goes with it, some kind of event to showcase the mural, music, the one opening at Kwanzaa, music, food, the whole shebang, really amazing. Spring 2009, this was our studio project. We started in 2004. In 2009, North Minneapolis has the largest amount of foreclosures in Minneapolis, and they're still coming through. And even in spring, this past spring, there's more now than there were in the spring. So in the spring, we were looking at ways of reimagining underutilized, so maybe parking lots, and then maybe some vacant properties is youth-focused, ecologically sound art spaces. And this idea, too, like I talked about in the beginning, of turning this deeply negative situation, like you guys talk about in the brief, into a more positive situation. This is a postcard from the 50s of Minneapolis. And like I said before, Minneapolis is a really wealthy city. And it's known for its lakes and parks and for having one of the largest and most extensive park system of any city in the United States. We have the second highest rate of people cycling to work, second only to Portland. Damn you, Portland. But it's also like 40 degrees in Portland, so whatever. This postcard really struck me because where that Minneapolis, Minnesota is, underneath there is where North Minneapolis is. And so this whole big Grand Rounds park that goes up and around and through doesn't really connect to the north side. You can also see it here too. That star is where North Minneapolis is, and this is a map put up by the Minneapolis Parks Board to kind of show the recreational amenities in Minneapolis. And you can see that gray area, stops well short of North Minneapolis. So I'm going to show just a couple student projects. This was a project by Ashley Summers, and what she was looking at was food security on the north side. North side has one grocery store for 68,000 people. Yeah. Crazy. And while there's a lack of grocery stores, there are more fast food chains, I think, in most neighborhoods. North Minneapolis residents have higher rates of obesity and diabetes than in other Minneapolis neighborhoods. And so Ashley proposed something called a Northside Fresh Food Coalition, a series of food production, but also processing and distribution centers. And it was inspired by Growing Power and looked at the block structure and found that where she had her project, there is an existing street, but those short blocks only exist really close to West Broadway, and beyond that there are these longer blocks, so it wouldn't have, we have argued about this, it wouldn't have as much of an impact on circulation, and this is kind of how it pans out. She did calculations of how much beef waste could be processed given the area that she had, how many chickens they would need, where an orchard could be, but then also where a building could be reused or sited, where people could learn more about food security and teach classes on cooking. We also have places where people can store food. I don't know if you guys have read Nickel and Dime. I'm sure you all have. Minneapolis was the hardest place she found. Barbara Ehrenreich to live. You know, part of the problem is that you can go to a food shelf, but if you don't have a refrigerator and you don't have a place to cook, you're really limited to non-perishable food items. So this idea that maybe there could be a place for where people could store the food that they Elizabeth Penzella did a great project around cycling. She wanted to develop new spaces for youth, focus on bicycling. She says bicycling and BMX riding are great ways for kids to stay active, hone their skills, and participate in a constructive and goal-oriented atmosphere. She proposed a program where kids could learn to build bikes, gain skills in bike maintenance, that Juxta could have a painted bike. They're really into customizing now, Juxta. They've been doing sneakers and backpacks and clothing, but they could also do bikes. And she located it in part of the parking lot. That parking lot that serves 68,000 people. The parking lot's not really used because a lot of people don't have cars, so they take the bus there. So there's this huge parking lot. So she took over part of that parking lot, and then also took on, and it kind of speaks to this north-south connection too, because she wanted to be on this side of the street because the schools were down here, so students wouldn't necessarily have to ride their tiny bikes across West Broadway to get there. And so this is the parking lot and what she proposed. And students presented their work to Juxta, to the city planner who was involved in the West Broadway Alive process. We're sharing them now. Juxta's directors were away for a year. They both got these incredible fellowships to go to Harvard. One got the Loeb, which is for artists and designers, and the other one got a Ford Foundation grant to do a master's in public policy. So they're tooled up and they're back, and more amazing than ever. So they haven't seen all these projects yet, so our next step is to share them with Juxta. And then the last project I'll talk about is where we're going next fall. Juxta has proposed that we do a Rudy Bretter Loeb conference, inviting Midwestern organizations from similar neighborhoods to North Minneapolis to share their work and learn from their experiences. This quotation is from the Brunner Foundation website. If anybody's interested in art, design, or planning, this is a great place to look at some case studies. And I'll just, I'll let you read this, but it's a pretty striking mission, especially given what we're talking about today. So, our idea is to host this event in Minneapolis on the north side, to bring the winners there, but oftentimes the winners are from like New York or Los Angeles, and so we really wanted to bring together organizations from the Midwest that are having similar problems of foreclosure, similar problems of scale, the economic upswing might not hit us as soon as it hits other places, if it happens ever at all. And so this is what we're planning now and fundraising for now. This is an image that a Juxta student put together. It's a self-portrait of him on 94 on one of those Jersey barriers that run between lanes. It's a collage, obviously, in the street, but I think it's really gorgeous, and I think it really represents this continued hope we have that by imagining and representing multiple visions for a neighborhood, we can inspire discussion and sort of promote these values about designing for people who are living on the north side now.